Hi, this is Joo-hee. I just removed my uterine polyps through hysteroscopy. I'm currently trying to conceive actively after having a miscarriage at 9 weeks. In this video, I'll share what it's like having a hysteroscopy and talk a little about why I needed this procedure. Hopefully, the polyps are gone. We'll see. Basically, they insert like a tube with a camera attached on through your vagina, through cervix, and they can see your uterus much better. And it's the best way to see things inside your uterus because it's not just x-rays or ultrasound, it's actual like real image. If they find polyps or anything that's scar tissue or anything that could be concerning for your fertility, they remove them right away. So, to put it more eloquently, please give this a read. In short, hysteroscopy is both a diagnostic and therapeutic procedure for uterine cavity. Well, this was before the deep sedation. I just woke up and ran to a bus station. Why? So they changed the appointment to like last minute. So I just woke up and I am on my way. I'm gonna take a bus and my husband will pick me up later. I felt a little anxious, mainly because of the anesthesia part. I've done anesthesia before, but today is the first time I'll go through this alone. So I did a hysteroscopy in the clinic. First, I was put in a recovery room. I signed a consent form for this procedure, and they checked my blood pressure and oxygen level. After that, my anesthesiologist came in and gave me the IV. This is where they put the IV. I have no idea. Bleeding. Then I moved to the operating room. It was just crazy because like when I went to the OR, like the operating room, oh my god, it was like a huge machine. When you do pap smear or things like that in your OB/GYN office, you put your feet in this like a little like a plastic holder. Yeah. Here, there's like a giant like support for your thigh. So your thigh goes in there, and then they strap you, so you don't move. Even though you are under like anesthesia, I guess that they really want to make sure that like you do not move. Also, like your legs are pretty wide spread. The last thing I remember was so I was lying down, my legs spread wide, and then cut to I wake up and I'm already in another room.
Wow, just completely out. Okay.
Yeah, completely out. While I'm resting, they brought me some snacks. I had to fast all morning, so I definitely enjoy them. Yummy, yummy. I know I speak kind of slowly, but I feel like fully awake, but a little woozy and dizzy. The procedure itself took about 30 minutes, but then there's like some prep work needs to be done. The prep work kind of took like 20 minutes or so. From the beginning till the end, it took about an hour. Oh, and I have a little bit of a bleeding. When I woke up, I saw like blood in my sheet, and I'm still a little bit bleeding, but not a heavy bleeding, just a little spotting here and there. They found a polyp, so they removed that, and the doctor said that they removed some samples, 2 other samples. They want to send it to the pathology to make sure that everything is fine. I'll have the results back from pathology like next week, so that's when we're gonna talk and see. Everything looks good, then we can probably move forward. Like one thing the doctor mentioned was something about inflammation. Yeah, if you have a polyps in your uterus, I think that's how polyps can affect your fertility and how it can actually increase the chance of miscarriage. It can physically occupy space, and it will interfere with implantation, and it will interfere with the embryo to grow because it will probably like have to fight with the almost like compete with the polyps because like if they are like very close to each other or something. And another reason that the polyps can affect or can cause miscarriage is the inflammation part. Also, it's something to do with I think the blood placenta
Interface kind of thing, yeah.
interface. Yeah, so your embryo doesn't get the enough blood, enough nutritions, right? And I feel like probably it was the polyps that caused me the miscarriage. Maybe not so much of the genetic like chromosome abnormality in my case. Maybe it was the polyps. We'll see. I was supposed to see a GYN oncologist tomorrow to examine the cyst I have on one of the ovaries. The good news is my fertility doctor decided that I don't need to see the doctor anymore because one of the oncologists that he referred me to reviewed my records and his note, and she said I don't need to see a specialist for this. I can just go ahead and start treatment. That's such a relief. The tricky part about the cyst and me is that when you remove the cyst, there's a chance that you might need to remove the entire ovary, or even if you don't remove the entire ovary, there is a chance that you will damage the ovary. And I think the doctors know that if I'm like already like 50 years old and I'm like done with like birth, I'm sure they will have no problem going into surgery and see if they need to remove the entire ovary or just a cyst. But since I have a plan to get pregnant, like I think they know that the stakes are high and they would not immediately recommend getting the surgery. Doing a laparoscopy on a cyst on the ovary is not simple because they really don't know what to expect until they open up and see how bad the cyst is and how much the cyst has affected the ovary's general health. Let's say like, oh, you thought your ovary is something simple, so you agree to do the surgery, and then when the doctor opened it up, it looks like your entire ovary needs to be taken out. They probably need your consent that you're okay with removing the ovary. That is something that you need to really think hard and think through, especially if you have a plan to get pregnant. So I think that's why my fertility doctor decided that he doesn't want to go with a laparoscopy, and he wanted to get a second opinion from the oncologist just to make sure that this is not a real concern. And if it's not a big concern, I think he doesn't want to do the laparoscopy that could actually in some way backfire, especially with fertility. If everything goes well and the pathology result from today comes back normal, then I think that literally means I can start IUI like in 2 weeks or so. Now that's why I think I need to really start to eat healthier again. For the last few days, I really felt stressed and overwhelmed. But like now that I hear that I might be able to start IUI pretty soon, I'm on it. That's a great motivation, and I feel like I want to start eating healthy again, and I want to start having a healthier lifestyle again. I'll do some Peloton just to keep my body more active, but I know I'm not supposed to do any heavy lifting or strenuous exercise. And I'll keep you posted with my journey. Thanks for watching.